Okay, so let's have a look at the new version of Packet Tracer. Downloaded, it's version 7.2. We click on it, front interface is slightly different. What you will notice though, as it boots up from a new login, is it's forcing you to log in. We've got the user login here, so if you've got a login, you need to type that in to get into the software. And annoyingly, if you log out or you reset your machine, you will have to log in again. At the moment it doesn't appear to catch that. Okay, so there you go, we're in. So what's different? Well, for a start, it's blue. It looks different from the last one. The main things to note are the logical and physical tabs up here now are actually separate big buttons rather than two little tabs hidden behind each other. And down here in the bottom right hand corner, the real-time and simulation mode buttons again are quite obvious, so you know where you're going between the two. Okay, so that's the first obvious difference. It still works in the same way. We can drag up a PC just as we did before. If we hit Control when we drag up the PC, then our cursor remains and we can have lots of PCs. Obviously we just click back on it to take the repetition off. All the things are still in the same place, so we've still got our lines. So I can still go to network devices. I can go to switches and drag up a switch, click on the switch, click on the PC, still see the PC, so all that's the same. And I can still go to the cables, get myself a straight through cable with a control click, and I can go from the PC down into the switch and so on. So all that functionality is exactly the same as we had before. So the menu you're used to over on the right here now is obviously all up at the top. We're in the selector tool at the moment. I can come along and click the delete tool, which has now got my cross, and I can go along and delete various bits of my network, or I can group things together with the selection tool and I can delete them all as a pair. So the deletion tools and the selection tools now are just up here rather than down on the right hand side. So here's our slightly bigger network now in the new version, in version 7.2 of Packet Tracer. As you can see, the little green blobs have been replaced by triangles, so all our links have come up. We have got our opportunity to fast forward time down here, and you can actually see the time field here, what time of the day it is going on down here. So we've got that option as well. From the logical view, we can go to the physical view just like we did before, and now the navigation is just the same. We can go into Anne's house and so on, and our menu bar up here is showing me where I am. It's showing me I'm in Anne's house. I can come back, now I'm in the home city, and that's our way we can navigate around. We go into Bob's house, go into the closet, and there's all the information there. So again, we can come back just like we did before. So the menu bars now are just all up here and a little bit more intuitive. So as well as navigating around by clicking in the different boxes, we can actually go straight to wherever we want to go. So we could go here, we could go maybe straight into Bob's house. So I'll click on Bob's house, jump to selected location, and there you go, I'm in Bob's house. If we wanted to move something now in Bob's house, here we've got his wireless tablet, so we've got the move option over here. So I'll click on move, click on Bob's tablet, and just like we did before, I'm just going to move that outside of his house to the home city. If I now come back out a level, there's his tablet outside of his house, just in the general area of the home city. So that's how I can move things around. And what about the simulation mode? So let's go back to the logical view. Now we've got real time, we're going to go into the simulation mode down here, and it's set up for HTTP, but just like you did before, you can clear all the filters, edit filters, and then select what you want to look for. So HTTP is there under the miscellaneous. So we're just looking for HTTP. Let's go to the PC, let's go to bcu.ac.uk. It's actually previously loaded. I'm going to hit go again. So going to the web page. Now we're under control. So we've got our buttons to go forward, There you go, there's our packet starting its journey. Outbound details. It's going from 104, which is a PC, to 133, 109, 133, 109. You can see it's a BCU web server there. Scroll down to the very bottom, you can see it's HTTP packet, so we can either manually go forward by pressing the buttons, or we can actually go backwards as well. Or if we hit this middle button, we can actually play out. We've got control of how fast with this slider here. And then if at any point I want to stop it, I'm going to stop it just say as it gets into the switch in the ISP. And I just press the play button again. You can see now I've deselected it. So now it's here in the switch. I can have a look exactly what's happening within the switch. So that's how I use the buttons down here to control the play of the simulation and able to click on the packets at any point as I want. Just remember, like we did before, you do need to go to options and preferences and go to miscellaneous and make sure you are buffering filtered events only, otherwise your buffer will fill up. Okay, so at this time of writing, those seem to be the main differences between this, which is version 7.2, and the previous version 7.11, I think it was, as to how packet trace will work. You can see it's not a massive amount of difference. Buttons are just in slightly different places, so it really shouldn't cause you any problem. Thanks.